Hello YouTube, this is Jeff Price, and as you can tell by the title, I had an issue with my Z6. I did my first concert photography gig this past weekend, and the first band, luckily it was only the opening act, it wasn't the main people. Since it's my first one, I wanted to get the settings correctly, so I asked for permission to shoot the first band of the gig, and I'm glad I did because I had it on silent shutter because I wanted to be as inconspicuous as possible during the shoot. And I started shooting with the kit lens, the f4. The issue I started having with the kit lens and silent shutter with continuous shooting, I ended up switching to single frame and still had the issue, was banding. Horrible. I mean, the photos were unusable for the first half of that first band. Luckily, I decided to start chimping and looking at the camera and figured that I need to shut the silent photography off because I saw other reviews where it seemed to be an issue. So I was like, I'll give it a try. Shut it off. Didn't have a single flicker or banding of, little stripes. I had them going vertical and horizontal. Some pictures went this way, some pictures went that way. I'll actually show you while I'm talking with some of the pictures, but it didn't. I thought it was the lighting because LED lighting, it's gonna flicker, band, whatever LED lighting does. I'm not a total professional camera guy to know the official term or the official cause of it. Since it's my first gig, really, it doesn't pay. So, and I was the only one in the pit for the first band, luckily, and luckily I was able to get my settings correct. So whenever the main band appeared, I was able to pull out since there was an f4, I ended up switching out for my 51.8 millimeter lens, my prime lens, and that worked amazing up front in the pit. As long as you know that you can move your feet and it's not packed, I was able to use it. The other reason I switched, because I noticed with the first band, the kit f4 lens was really dark. I was able to bring them back in a photo editing software, but I would rather be able to see it before I have to bring it back. So I ended up switching to my prime in the pit, and when I got out of the pit, I was able to stay in the venue and photograph, and I switched to a Tamron 7200 2.8, and I used that on my Z6 with the FTZ adapter, and that was amazing. And you can see some of the pictures here that it turned out really well. Some of them got a little grainy because it was a little dark when I started taking them, or the light was red. I watched a couple of YouTube videos that showed you if you got red light, switch to black and white. That was the best advice I had for shooting concerts, because this was a reggae concert for a band, and a lot of red and orange and yellow light, just put it that way. And I turned a lot of them into black and whites. They turned out rather well. So, I have a video of how to get your first photo gig of shooting a concert. I don't know if I'm able to link it since I'm not, fancy yet. But I'll probably put the link in the description at least, so that way if you could see it, and then you can maybe get your first gig. So if you can, watch that. And I don't know why it's banding, but hopefully the firmware takes this up and fixes it. Maybe, I don't know if it will. And if anybody from Nikon sees this, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, it was pretty bad. You could see in the photos that the silent shutter with the kit lens was pretty bad. I couldn't even use the photos. But if you experience it with your mirrorless silent shutter mode, leave a comment. Let's talk about it. So hopefully we can get these camera companies to fix this kind of crap. So okay, so my name's Jeff Price. If you like what I'm talking about, subscribe. If you don't, if you want, go ahead and hit that thumbs down twice. That's all I could ask for.